I am a massive fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So much so that I consider their trilogy to be the best of the MCU. But despite the massive popularity of the Guardians, their future in the MCU is a complete unknown. With James Gunn departing to lead the DCU and actors such as Dave Bautista and Zoe Saldana making it clear that they have no intention to return for future projects, the Guardians franchise has found itself in a state of limbo. However, this franchise is too popular for Marvel to let it rest, and heck, I'm sure all of us would love to follow the exploits of Rocket Raccoon and his new Guardians team. And that is exactly what we are here to talk about today. I'm going to pitch 3 movies, 1 Disney Plus show, and a special presentation that can continue the Guardians of the Galaxy story, while both respecting the story told by James Gunn and also expanding the wider MCU universe. For these pitches, I will just be giving quick overviews, so don't expect an extremely fleshed out story or anything like that. Anyways, let's jump into my pitch for the future of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the MCU. Show number 1, Nova. I know that the rumored Nova show has been seemingly stuck in a creative funk for a while, but I think this show can be the perfect kickoff to get the Guardians of the Galaxy back in the MCU. I think the series should follow Richard Rider as he learns to harness the power of the Nova Force and carry on the legacy of the Nova Corps and the Xandarians. I think that it would be cool to have characters like Nova Prime, Roman Day, and Garthon Saul cameo as a part of the Nova Force in order to help Rider harness his powers. The series would also show Rider starting to operate as a cosmic hero for hire of sorts, with the main villain of the series being Condor. It might not be a noteworthy Marvel villain, but the big reveal of the series is that Condor was working for the notorious space pirate Zor, setting up Nova's involvement in movie number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4. Before we talk about what happens in the project, we need to establish who is on our new Guardians of the Galaxy team. Rocket Raccoon returns as team leader along with Groot, Adam Warlock, Phyla-Vell, Cosmo, and Blurp. I do not foresee Sean Gunn returning as Kraglin, so I think the best in-universe explanation would be to say that he returned to Nowhere to help Nebula govern the new residents, who joined the planet after the events of Guardians 3. So as to the plot of the movie, we would be given some insight into what the Guardians have been up to, aiding various planets around the galaxy, and eventually encountering Nova and aiding him in tracking down Zor. Along the way, we would watch Rocket grow as a leader without Quill by his side, both Adam Warlock and Phyla learning what it means to be heroes, while Nova learns how to work with others, with he and Rocket having a similar dynamic to Peter and Rocket. The project would end with the defeat of Zor, who had been going around the galaxy stealing precious metals and wreaking havoc on various planets, with it being revealed that Zor was not operating as a solo act, as he was actually hired by an unknown organization known as the Shi'ar Empire. Which sets up movie number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 5. This movie primarily focuses on the efforts of the Guardians of the Galaxy to uncover the secrets of and the ultimate plan of the organization known as the Shi'ar Empire. The team has gained a member in Nova, but finds itself in need of additional strength when they have a nasty encounter with the leader of the Shi'ar Empire's Imperial Guard, Gladiator. This causes Rocket to seek the help of a former friend, Captain Marvel. Look, I get it, Captain Marvel is not popular, and Brie Larson is disliked among the fandom, but I think including her here could actually help fix a lot of issues her character has. Placing Captain Marvel in a much less serious setting and forcing her to engage with a more comedic style of writing, along with characters who are considered more comedic, like Rocket, might help her appear more personable in the eyes of fans. Plus, I think she might work better in a supporting role rather than as the main focus of a film. Anyways, along with Captain Marvel, the Guardians discover that the king of the Shi'ar Empire, D'Ken, discovered a powerful device known as the Cosmic Control Rod, and is planning to sell it to a powerful warlord from the edge of the galaxy, with the precious metals going towards the construction of a ship capable of reaching and withstanding a journey towards the edge of the galaxy to a place known as the Negative Zone. Now look, I get it, in the comics, the Negative Zone is an entirely different state and plane of existence, but I do think Marvel will sort of simplify this unless they really want to make Annihilus a Fantastic Four villain, which they very well could. I think they will end up just making Annihilus a more space-level threat. And in terms of making this pitch work, that is what we are going to go with. So the movie would end with the defeat of the Shi'ar Empire and Rocket receiving a message from the creature known as Annihilus, who says that he will plan an all-out assault on the galaxy if Rocket does not hand over the Cosmic Control Rod. With Rocket's refusal, the Guardians are faced with a galactic war, with Cosmo encouraging Rocket to begin assembling a team to fight against the threat, which leads into special presentation number 1, the legendary Star-Lord. So I'm going to keep this one simple, as we sort of have a short little overview showing how Star-Lord has struggled to adjust on Earth, and also shows that this comes after the unfortunate passing of his grandfather. However, Star-Lord is forced to fight and defeat Warlord Smith, an associate of Annihilus who was sent to scout out Earth in preparation for the Annihilation Wave's galactic war. And afterwards, he is recruited by Rocket and Cosmo, who ask for him to return to the Guardians for a fight that could decide the fate of the entire galaxy. Which leads into movie number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 6. So as you might have guessed, this would involve the Annihilation storyline from the comics, but a few tweaks here and there. And in all honesty, I think it could probably end up being on the scale of an Avengers movie, but I want to push back against that for just 1 minute. We've heard for a long time that Marvel is planning on having a few different Avengers-style events for different parts of their universes. You know, a street-level Avengers event with Kingpin, a monster-side Avengers event with Mephisto and the Midnight Suns, and I think that Annihilus could be the galactic sort of big Avengers threat, and I think that's what we're going to go with here, just because it makes it simple. We don't have to worry about recruiting the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, probably the X-Men to take part in this film. So we will watch as the Guardians fight against Annihilus, losing their first encounter and allowing Annihilus to gain the power of the Cosmic Control Rod. With this power, Annihilus seeks to continue his reign upon the entire galaxy. While his first assault was just to gain the power of the Cosmic Control Rod, he loves the feeling of absolute power and wants to reign over the entirety of the galaxy. This would force Rocket and Cosmo to recruit heroes to help fight against Annihilus and his Annihilation Wave. These heroes would include the Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain Marvel, Photon, Peter Quill, Nebula and the Residents of Nowhere, Mantis, and the Norrin-Rad version of Silver Surfer, who I'm going to assume will appear eventually. With this ensemble group of heroes calling themselves the Annihilators. The climax of the film would see the Annihilators versus the Annihilation Wave and the ultimate defeat of Annihilus. Peter would commend Rocket on his leadership, saying that he made the right choice to name him the new team leader. While Rocket thanks Peter for giving him the very thing that both he and Peter needed most, a family. And that is my pitch for the future of the Guardians of the Galaxy and the MCU. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and leave your comments down below as to what you want to see from the Guardians of the Galaxy moving forward. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to check out Deadpool 3, the next installment of Rebooted MCU. Stay tuned for Ghost Rider next weekend. And most importantly, I hope you all had a fantastic Sunday. I will see you all again very soon.